Welcome to Identity Unboxed, where we provide mentorship and promote representation for Black professionals in the advancement of the Black community.
We are seeking guidance from exceptional Black leaders, scholars, and professionals with expertise in their respective fields.
We hope to foster a space that promotes authenticity, inclusivity, and restoration for our listeners while exploring the intersection of our personal and professional lives.
This project is a culmination of our lived experiences as young Black professionals to transform our life trajectories to overcome adversity and reach triumph.
Our intention is to inspire you on your path to discovering your purpose. I was hoping if you would go into a little more detail, specifically about being a student athlete at a predominantly white institution where just 5% of the student population is Black at the UW. And if you could describe how you've navigated your identity and cultivated community. I know you've shared quite a bit about that, how you found that community through basketball and in other areas and connections that you've made. But is there anything specifically that's helped you find that place where you feel like you belong, whether that's like student clubs or just other areas within the community that you've been able to find a second home?
Yeah, thank you. Like I said, just be myself. Like literally when I started being myself, I started creating a community out there that I didn't know I had. There's a lady who works for the equity and like stuff for like school. Her name is Sheridan. She's a really good asset like for me because she saw something in me that I didn't see. She was like, I'm just kind of guy like if I'm around you, I'm a fun guy. Like I'll make things happen. Like I'm just that energy guy. Like it's just like I just like to make people happy. I just like to make people laugh. I don't care if I had to speak a certain way. I don't care if I have to do something a certain way. I would make fun out of something. I'll make something fun, like game kind of thing. And I didn't realize that about me until a year ago when I started like being more vocal in class, being more like, you know what, if you don't talk to me, I'll talk to you. And like people just started working. I'm like, hey, and I was probably talking to my friend. I'm like, oh, my friend to say something, and I just told them, look at you. I don't know you from nowhere. Just remember a friend talking about something, and I'm like, did you hear what you said? Do you agree with that? And she's gonna be like, what? You just said this. She's like, I don't know. That's how I create. Okay, and I was like, just trying to talk to people and just get out of my way and let people know, like, you know what? Like, I'm a creative community out there for myself. And now, if I tell you I know so much people without knowing their names, like people call me Sam, I'm like, I don't know their name. Well, I just know I've seen you before. I just know like Sam, and it's just like people like, oh Sam. I one time I was like, I just try to be nice to people, like regardless. Like I can put myself first before anybody else. Like I don't really care if I have to help you to do something. You can call me at 1. If I pick up, you're lucky. If I don't pick up, I'm sleeping. Or if I pick up and you're like, oh, I'm at this place, I need to go somewhere. Like even though I must get up my bed and come up here, like regardless. Like or if you like Sam, I'm cold. Like I don't like I'm. Because it's just like I know how it feels like because I've been there, and even if it's just one person I'm able to help in that kind of way, I would do it. So I've been able to create a community for myself, whereby I do have to max like them. I gotta be just. I know people like, oh, he's trying to be among, white people, trying to be among these people so you can get advantage. So no, like brothers know me for so long, like. Black don't crack, like black don't crack. Like it's just like I would stick to Black the entire time, like Black on my heart. Like it's always gonna be there. Like it don't matter how everything is. Like I'm still gonna go back to being Black. Like I'm still gonna go back to a Black person. Like like that's how I've been. That's how my mom taught me to be. That's how my family is being. So, but that doesn't mean I neglect creating a community with other people outside my racial. Like being able to learn other people's stuff. Like I might be going through some stuff, but I have no idea what next person is going through. I mean, obviously, people are out here lucky. Like people who born out here, not all Black people suffer. Like I've seen a few of my wife friends that like going through stuff. I'm like, damn, like bro, I thought it was only Black people that go through this shit. Or damn, you're actually going through a lot. And I was like, well, if you don't make friends with someone, if you don't break that boundaries to get to a person, I mean, people create a wall for themselves, like they did. But if you always constantly like pushing, like, I'm not trying to come to you because I want to get something from you. I'm coming to you because I want to share my experience with you. I want to be a friend to you. If they see that, then it takes people time to accept it. But once they do, they get to see it for who you are, and then they're comfortably they're bringing down the walls themselves. Like, okay, this is who I am, and you're like, wow, you were going through a lot. I'm sorry. You need help. We'll talk about it. You need to go outside. You need to go to the park and like you need to do something. Like let's get your mind off things. So with that way, I'll be able to create a community for myself around here, just being myself. Like you could see me talking to an Asian guy right now. Next thing you see me talking to a Chinese, just to talking to like because I've just learned to like not like I said when I was able to accept myself and being my own black, then I was able to be like, you know what, I'm gonna accept everyone else being there. Like it's just I'm not gonna. I know we're being taught like, oh, you gotta stay, but it's like if you come with a good intention without having something of a motive behind being a friend with somebody, like it's gonna come back in a good way. Like I don't have to be friends with you because of oh you're white, so I can get by the police easily. No, I have to be close to you. Oh, you're Asian, so I could get past the tech war easily. No, like I'm even because I want to know who are you exactly. Aside from you being in the United States, who are you? Like what is if I'm to Google you right now, if I'm to tell people about you, about your not about your race, but if I tell people what is like what are you exactly? What can I say to people who ask me about you? That's kind of thing I want people to always do. Okay, what can I say about Sam? Like no one's gonna be like obviously is African, but Sam is a nice person. Sam is this. Sam is that. Sam is not like oh he's African. He's black. Plays basketball. No, I don't play basketball. Like what? I want people to tell me like without me playing basketball, what would you say about me if you see me out there? People ask you about me. So that's kind of this and that bit for myself. And I don't know if I've been in the committee, but I just know I have a good feeling. Like if I'm to run for president right now for the school, I think I probably win. But yeah, well, yeah, I'm just creating that community and just helping out people as I can and just, being able to break those barriers and break those boundaries of like, stick black guys. Obviously, black guys stick with himself, but also like if we incorporate people into our stuff and be able to make people see from our point of view why we're doing this. We're not trying to rule, we're not trying to take over anything, but it's just like we're just trying to get equal benefit from everything. Obviously, we can get full benefit, but we want something enough to sustain ourselves and our family without struggling. Like I don't have to struggle to get it. I don't have to struggle. Like I have to be like I'm good. Like I'm fine. Like if you buy a Rolls Royce, I could be able to buy a Bentley. Buy a Ferrari, I could buy a Maserati. Like I could be able to buy something too. I'm like, no, let's ball out together, right? And you buying a Rolls Royce and I'm buying like a Toyota. Like it's just one of those things whereby I'm kind of whereby we're not right there with you guys. I mean, you guys as country, but at least we're not that far behind. Whereby we're struggling so bad to be able to like, catch up. So that's kind of community I'm trying to build for myself, build for people. Like you don't have to be high and mighty to be able to like, oh low, so low. Like you talk to me, it don't matter low or high. I'll talk to you regardless. If you don't want to talk to me, shit, I'll make it happen. I'll set an appointment. So like, you don't want to talk. So yeah.
Yeah, you touched on such a good point. Just how people deal with racialized trauma. I think it's so easy for us to remain siloed, within our own community because, like you said, our experiences, you coming here and even being on sports teams and, hearing those microaggressions and things of that nature, it's really easy to take that racial trauma and to isolate. So I love that point you made about how, you flipped it. And as long as you feel that people are coming with good intent and a pure heart and they want to learn about you and you want to learn about them, then that's how you build a relationship. And I think that's so important because that's part of the reason why we started this podcast is because, so often it's like we're together, but we're also siloed at the same time. And it's stories like that where, it's important for people to hear that it's not that, Black people are trying to take over or we stick together because we don't like other groups of people. It's just that historically across the board, we've been marginalized and underrepresented and not fully understood. We've constantly had to fight for validation. And I think it's beautiful, like you said, you started building community once you started being yourself. And we're like, if you don't understand me because of my accent, well, then I'll send you a text. Like, I'm not going to, assimilate or change who I am for you. But if you want to get to know me for who I am in my experience, the door is open and it's reciprocated. And so I think that's wonderful. And switching gears a little bit, I wanted to switch more into your academic side a little bit. Here at the University of Washington, you rest at the top of the national rankings and global rankings for its research and academic performance. And I wanted to know a little more about what led to your decision for your undergraduate major and how you've balanced the rigorous academics at UW, and with sports and that busy schedule. And also, what is the significance of your commitment to your sport here at UW?
Wow. First off, I said the last question first. Like, the significance of my commitment to UW was basically the academic part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, like, basketball is there, but when I was looking through schools and growing up, my dad liked cars so much, and every Saturday Saturday morning, my dad would go by his car, washing his car, and literally he would start telling me stories. Like, he probably has said the same story to me like 1,000 times without even knowing. Like, he would say the same story to me about I remember my mom. I just started talking and everything. Or each day, each week, we started talking like while watching his car. Like, it was always fun. Like, just think because like it plays music, and that's been the best time with me and my dad because most of it was busy during the week. We don't really have time, so that's the only time I get to spend with him, just like talking about cars. And every time I see how he talks about cars, he's so passionate about cars. Like, he really like cars. My dad could describe any car he wanted to describe. Like, he would say from the inwards to the outward because he was an engineer for like a company before the company got bankrupt and they had to like close down the company. Like, my dad was really good at that company. Then he went into the military to like being in the Air Force. From the Air Force, like, my dad moved around and he was trying because he was trying to provide for the family. He was trying to stay strong for the family, and he was just telling me like most of everything I've learned right now. Like, I had to grow up at an early stage when I lost my dad 2016. I had to grow up so early, and I was like, this is my time to step it up. I gotta grow up, and I gotta be like, I gotta be stronger for my mom. I gotta be stronger for my sisters, and because I know I'm the last boy, yeah, but I gotta be stronger. So coming in down here to University of because of that kind of part of it because I know basketball is going to end at one point in time, but what's going to keep me going is my academics. What's going to keep me going is what I studied. And the University of Washington was really top notch in science and technology wise. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to commit to the University of Washington in science and technology. And I did that. Oof. And I tell you, it hasn't been easy. The road is bumpy. Our first class.
It lived up. Oh, I was just going to say, I bet it lived up to the reputation, huh, of being rigorous.
First class I took, I came here, I was like, yeah, I want to take a CS class, like coding and everything. I went into CS 142. Then that's when the depression in class came to me. I was like, what am I doing in this class? Like, what is this? Like, it's just like basketball. You have to spend as much time on coding just like you do with anything else you're doing. You have to practice with it. You have to play with it. You have to change some things, try to see something's going to work. You have to, it's like a baby. It's like your baby, you trying to create something out of nothing. So you're constantly playing with it. You're constantly like doing stuff that like no one has done, trying to see, okay, what's it going to give you? And like, what's the outcome going to look like? And unfortunately, I didn't have that much time because coming here with sports, like you have to choose one. You have to be good in basketball. Like you have to, it's basketball like 60% and academic like 40% because like you have to be really good in basketball. So you have to take classes. That's why you see most of the athletes we have right now, especially like in those rigorous like soccer, football, basketball. Like most of those sports that like really makes big money and make big gains. If you check the major, most of them that plays professional right now, you basically see communications. You will see this there's something in the line that it's not really that hard to do that you can do it without actually going to school to do it, like mass comm, some other kind of stuff. Like you used to them doing that, or like being a coach, being a something in analysis or something like that. Like, but for you to see someone who's an engineer, someone who's a doctor, someone with this and still playing the same sports in professional wise, like it's checking it out like one or two people. Basically, everyone else is trying to do some other easy sport because they want to be able to play the sport more and be able to like do professional wise and everything. And I tried to break that barrier because I tried to do it, but unfortunately there was some barriers that like I tried to pass it, but it was like it was between either my basketball or the class. So I had to choose one. If I had chosen the class, then I have to be really good to switch up from basketball scholarship to academic scholarship. And I had a friend who did that because he wanted to study engineering so well because he had this issue like keep popping off every single time. So he told me, he was like, bro, I think I'm gonna just switch my scholarship to being academic because my students keep popping up every single time. So I'm either just because I'm tired. So he just switch up and he focused on class and everything. Now he got the scholarship for like, academics, switch up, then they gave the scholarship to somebody else. So he did that. But for me, since I was still good, I was like, it's like I'm an handicap. Like I'm second, so like I want to play basketball to where I can represent my country and be able to like play to my heart's content. I was like, then I had to choose. I was like, okay, what else can I do that I love doing that would bring joy to the people out here? You know, how to figure out classes. For 2 years, I was taking easy class. I'll tell you, taking dance class, taking classes that I could easily fit into my stuff. Like it's not that easy. Like people don't want to like. I say people don't understand, but also it's more of like I've had friends who are non-athlete, and I'm like, damn, you actually have a lot too. I mean, you're not an athlete, but you have all this class from 8 to 5 p.m. and everything. You gotta do schoolwork, or you gotta work too. You gotta understand. And I was like, it goes down the line, like it's different ways. But being an athlete, I would say it's much more strain on your body because you're gonna run, you're gonna practice, you're gonna do everything. And by the time you get back home, you're pain, you're tired, your body, your muscles are weak. Like you gotta eat. You gotta prepare the meals. You gotta eat. You gotta go get your food and everything. And it's so hard doing all kind of stuff like and taking hard classes. Your brain is shortened down class. In practice, you have to use your brain even more because you have to think fast. Because your coach are on you, you gotta think quick. Your muscles are tired and everything. You gotta do that for 6 days in a week. You usually have 1 day off. Your day off is never a day off because a day off in sports is like I would know it's your off day, but still gotta come in and get treatment, you gotta come in and get extra stuff. So it's like you're not really up there. So basically you're working like 365 days a year. Even on breaks, you're not really on breaks. They'll be like, oh, we know you're on spring break right now, but at least get some work in so you don't lose your momentum. You don't just now you gotta catch up yourself because if you lose once with sports is if you get away from sports for so long, you gotta get back in track. Now you gotta work even harder again to get back in track. So it's like you can't really stay out for so long. And so yeah, it wasn't really that easy and everything. So I decided to trickle down and see what I really want to do. Then because I was pushing my dad's dream since to be an engineer in cars and everything. But I was like, what do I really want to do? I didn't really know. Like I haven't thought about that. And the one thing that came to mind is I always like to play on keys. And I always like to take care of old people, and I always like to help people. Basically, I help. Like I just find joy when helping people out. So I was like, what is one thing that I could do that I could also get my dad's dream going on was the engineering with the cars thing, but also get my own work dream going on. I was like, real estate. Real estate it sounds fun because real estate. They're like, oh, real estate is just housing and everything. But if you really break it down. Real estate is a big and wild thing that you could do, and you can do some stuff without actually being like dealing with houses. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna build real estate in sports. Like, I'm gonna create a place whereby I'm gonna talk to people like, hey, this is the plan. This is what I have to do. I have to do this in this camp over here, like annually, and this is what's gonna cost, and show the people out there who wanna do stuff for people back home. And I was like, okay, if I want to create a place whereby they help like the people that are working, like the elderly people, like people who can't only work no more, who can only do something, but they can't provide for themselves. Now looking at it, like real estate is still a good fit for it. If I want to create a place like a mechanic shop, Where, like I said, my dad loved cars so much. Finally, could mechanics, you can go back and work. Real estate is a good place to fall into too, because you can basically find people that would develop something like that to be able to work for you. So I decided to go into real estate major, which I'm in right now, and I'm telling you, it's really fun though, because I've been learning so many stuff. I mean, some of the stuff are you learn them while like living your day-to-day life, but also just knowing the fact that like you studying something like it's gonna up, like everybody used to help people. So I'm giving myself much more knowledge that I already have, so I can be able to like nothing and see, okay, how can I? Because I keep asking my professors about it, and they're like, wow, we never thought about listening to sport before, but that's something new. You can be the first to do it. And I was like, I'm just trying to help people out. I'm just trying to see how I could help the next generation out, because I was also helped too. Like if I wasn't up the way I was, I don't think I'm thinking about helping somebody else. And guess what? If I could help just one person just like me get out there, and the person that helped just like me could help one person, you could just keep helping one kid from each time, and before you don't have to. I keep saying something like you don't have to play basketball to be able to like, oh, I want to play professional. Like you can play basketball and get what you want. Like play basketball and get what you want. Like you can play basketball and be a doctor in basketball. Like you can be like, okay, I'm gonna switch to, like I told you, my friends switch to a major, so I could switch. Like, you know what? I want to be a doctor, basketball up you go, yeah. But I'm sure like my last 2 years, I'm gonna drop basketball and be this person. You can decide. You can talk to your coach, like coach, this and that, but I want to do this, and they could literally help you out. They could be like, okay, that's what you want to do. If you don't want to pursue basketball as a career or pursue it as a career, they will help you, because like they'll also get to help you out and be a person. So yeah, I would say like, so yeah, that has really made me University of Washington. I mean, it's not really easy. School is not easy. Like coming to the University of Washington, whoever's watching this, like, that's like it's you have to be like, I wouldn't say be super smart, but you have to be an average smart person to be able to navigate classes out here. Like I'm not trying to scare you, but it's not really hard. But if you're not prepared for it, you're definitely gonna be crying every single day, like I was crying my first few weeks of class. First week of class, because the assignment kept come true, and I was like, "This is not the way I do my assignment. It's A, B, or C. I don't have to write a full paragraph. I don't know how to write stuff. Like, please."
It's nonstop. The amount of work.
It's the constant stuff, and also, but it's like, but I would say like, if University of Washington is a place to go if you have a dream, if you have a passion for something. Come to University of Washington, and definitely like, without looking at if you're a black person, without looking at the I'm a percent black a day, without looking at that, or if you're looking to be what you want to be, or we want to be, University of Washington definitely make that happen, because it's a wide range of school. Like there's a wide opportunity out here for you to be able to study that, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I'm getting what I want to get. Even though it took me 2 years to try to decide what I want to do. But yeah, I'm glad I'm doing that right now, and yeah, like I can't wait to see what the outcome's gonna look like.
So great. And you gave us such a interesting glimpse into the reality of a student athlete. I mean, what a strenuous schedule. I can't imagine how difficult that was for you to figure out how to balance it all. So it's just great to hear that you've now kind of identified your passions. You're looking into the real estate. And I just want to second what you said about the University of Washington. Everyone, it is rigorous, and you have to have a very heavy amount of discipline. And Sam, you've definitely spoken to that so well. And I think it leads great into our next question, about if you could just share one aspect of your collegiate athletic experience that you would like aspiring Division I athletes to know. And you kind of shared a little bit about that when it comes to the schedule, navigating your identity, finding that community. But there like one piece of advice that you would give those aspiring athletes?
One piece of advice that I would say to people like to athletes that like are out there, it's just have fun while you're at it. Like being in college, you can't be in college twice. Like once you're done with college, you're done. Have fun while you're at it. Don't take things too serious, but take things too serious. Try to find a balance in between, because once you're done with your freshman, you can't get your freshman back. you don't do something where you can get it back. And guess what? Those are times, those experiences that's happening. And, you keep thinking about like, damn, I didn't do this my freshman year. I didn't do this my sophomore year. And before you know it, you're getting your senior night. And before you know it, you're a grad, you're out of year. Now it becomes story like, damn, like, what school you gonna get? Oh yeah, I was in that school like last year. I just graduated last year. You're like, yeah, like our school right now, we just got these. You're like, wow, I didn't have that. Like, I didn't do that. It's like, have fun while you're at it. Like, if you're an athlete, what you need is to just have fun while you're at it. Like, everything else will fall in place. As long as you're doing the right thing, as long as you're doing what you have to do, and you're on time with everything, you have your set plan, everything. Like, things are not gonna work out the way you want it to be. But as long as you're a hardworking person and everything, just have fun while you're at it. Like, this life is too short to take everything too serious, because sometimes we just lose ourselves in the process rather than in the process itself. So just have fun while you're at it.
Such great advice, and everyone could use a little bit more of that. Don't take everything too serious, and just remember that failure is okay. It's part of the process, and you'll end up finding your way eventually.
Mm-hmm. So
Absolutely. I know, and speaking of that, Tiana, I know that, Sam, I witnessed it just from knowing you and being close to you, but you battled an injury during your sophomore season. And reflecting on this time, what did this roadblock in your athletic career reveal to you about yourself?
wow. Now we're getting so sensitive. Oh, yeah. It was hard. Yeah, it was real hard. The coming year, I haven't been like I wouldn't think I would be in this position right now if someone had told me I would be. Like, still here right now, like, still being me. And I wouldn't think I would, because I came in here, everything was all good, and like I had this mindset and everything. I was going through, I had a plan for myself, like, through college wise. And I was going through everything, and all of a sudden, it felt like everything was out the window. It felt like a wind came in and took everything away. It felt like I was empty, and I didn't know what to do. I was lost. Like, I was so lost to the point whereby every single day I kept doing, like, having these thoughts in my head, like, am I even what this shit I'm doing? Like, what is going on? Like, why am I even here? Like, I want to just go home. I know I don't want to stay anymore. Like, just take me back home. Like, I'm done with this stuff. And but every single time I keep doing that, I keep thinking about, if I do this stuff right now, what will be more benefits for me, like, to my family, if I decide to quit it right now? And the injury happened and everything. It's just, it was bad. Like, I did have my family at first off. Like, going through injury is like being an immigrant and just like not having your family close by, anybody close by. You just by your immediate family, your sister, your brothers, or your mom, your dad, like, right there with you. It's really hard. Like, that was hard for me. I had to go through pains every day. I had to really wake up and I had to do the same thing, to the class while being hurt. I had to be at practice even though I'm not going to practice. I had to still do my daily routine even though I'm not gonna do them, but I have to still be efficient at everything. And when I had my surgery, that was tough. That was real tough for me, because I had to be in the cast for 6 weeks. So imagine me in the cast. I couldn't shower the legs. I couldn't do anything. I was just using water and towels on my body, and I was so depressed to the point of, like, it was like I was in self-isolation. Like, it don't matter what you say to me, I will listen to you, but what you're saying is in the block. It's like I have a shield. And every shield is like into me, because all I'm thinking about is all negative. And then I met with Venus Williams. She came down to our facility, like, tennis place, and I just spoke to her about like how do you battle injuries, how do you battle everything. And she said, do not lock yourself up, open up yourself, talk to people. And she said, the more you lock yourself up and do everything, you're getting yourself down into a hole you can't bring yourself out even though you want to do by yourself. Before that happens, talk to people, explore, go out, have fun, do what you gotta do. Don't think about it twice, not the end of the world. She gave me our self as she was hurt. Now she had to do stuff, now she had to get back up and still be the same champion she was. And if she said that to me, I just decided to be like, all right, it is what it is. I can't do it no more. This point in time, I'm hurt, but guess what? I'm gonna make the best out of it. And I started opening up to people, started talking, started being myself, started being jovial, started going out, started just giving out the energy that I could give out, positive energy, so to help out my teammates, to help out my friends, to help out whoever's around me, not suck them down. But even though while doing that, when I still go back home, I still feel sad because my mom is not there. No one's gonna cook for me. I was gonna get that. So I did it myself. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love to cook. I do love to cook, but it was just being able to like being taken care of while I'm going through that. I didn't have nobody here. They couldn't find my mom out here because it was visa stuff and everything. My sisters wasn't here. Like, I felt so alone. For 2 years, I felt so alone. And you know, when you're coming back, I was thinking about coming back and everything. I was checking out the relapse again. Boom. And I gotta step out. I just got my back, my L3 and my right scan about like a month ago. Training, like I was even though I wasn't playing, but I was able to practice and everything and do things with the team. But now now I have numbness in my legs and my back hurt and everything. I can't practice. Now everything hit me again. I'm like, oh my God, it's become injuries and injuries. For 3 straight years, I've been hurt. And I look at, and when I say your story, there's a guy in our university, he's been in college for like 8 years because of injuries. Well, I also look like Mike Penix Jr. I looked at his story. Torn his ACL twice. Still took 3 years up, but still was able to make his name. If people like that out there could still break the barriers and, you know, go through other stuff. And obviously they have their families there, and it's kind of easy for them to get by. But also it's like you're your own person. You go through some personal battles that, you know, people can't quite understand no matter how you try to tell them. Because you go through it and they're not going through it. And so seeing people like that could still be able to like play the sport they want to play and be the best they can, make the best of what they could. And I said to myself, I'm not gonna quit on myself. I'm gonna try to push as far as I can. Still come back. If you still want me here, fine. If you don't want me here, give like Sam, you gotta go. Like I don't care where I go, but I'm still gonna play basketball, and I'm still gonna play this sport that I love so much to my content, and I'm still gonna be able to use it to get what I want. That's not gonna stop me, because I can't quit right now since I'm already halfway past the trouble already. I mean, I couldn't quit when I first got the injury, but I decided to stay with it. So that's been my goal, just seeing people who've been through it and being able to like get past it. I feel like that has helped me get past my injury, and also my family is like an anchor for me. I've always like my family has always been my backbone. Like they done anchor for me every single time. Like I just know $1 it's like a 3 square meal back home. So if I'm being able to still send them 3 square meal back home every single time, so they don't start, why do I think I want to quit when I could do that for my family to help them? So it's just out there, just going through it, and just like, I mean, I need my mom out here. I need my mom to sing some lullaby so I can go to bed. I need my mom to rub my head for me so I can feel like a baby one with them. I need my sisters to be here arguing so I can feel like, yeah, I can argue with you. I need my nephews to be out here so I can feel good with myself. But guess what? That can happen. But what can I do to have that close to me? being able to stay up late in the morning, at night, talk to them. Wake up so early in the morning, talk to them. Just do that. Just constantly talking to them, like, hey, what's up? Like, calling my nephews, they're like, hey, I'm Tommy, how you doing? Just that dragging the phone, like, give me the phone, talk to me, tell me, like, relax, okay? See, just that blabbing and yabbing. I'm like, relax, I can't understand what you're saying. Slow down, talk to me. It's like, this kind of moment is always fun, and it's just, not the fact like I still out game, every single day I work for my family because, the people out here are losing their families left and right, and it's like, things are happening, so why not just create it? Just like do stuff with your family because you have no idea what might happen tomorrow. Tomorrow is not guaranteed for nobody. But make the best of it out of today. So that's what I tell myself. Like, tomorrow is not guaranteed for me. But what can I do to make this day a better day and have fun with it, and also help my family out to try for the next time. So that's a lot every single time. I mean, it's not been an easy one. Trust me. Like, it's not. I'm not gonna come in and be like, oh yeah, it was fine, injury was good, but like like, it's a part of who I am. It's a part of what has made me Sam on Ariyibi what to be today. It's part of what has made my identity today. Go through those injuries. People, I invite friends to my games. They're like, but hey, pull up. I'm gonna give you a ticket. Bring all your friends. Come to our games. Rather be there. Like, but I'm playing. They're not putting you to play. Are you coming? Like, I don't like. It's like I'm not really thinking about myself. Thinking about y'all come watch my teammate play. Watch my teammate's success, because my teammate's success is my success. We make it to the championship. Guess what? I'm all there waving my, jumping and everything. Like, it's all fun. It's not like, oh, I'm not playing, don't copy my game. No, come, I'll get a ticket for you. I always invite in my class. I always invite all my classmates. They have a game. They're like, but we don't have a ticket to go without the dog pass again. I said, I got a ticket. When you bring it, bring your families. 10 of y'all, oh, don't worry, there's space. We got space. We're gonna do something. Just bring them. Just come to our games. Like, so, just all that. Like I said, it's been a constant battle. Like, every single time, but like I said, just having friends around really helped me, and just being able to hang out with friends also helps me. Like, going out and everything. Like Brad said the other time about we hang out. Like, that was fun for me, but I was able to be myself. Like, while we being told back. Just all those moments I get to spend make me always be like, I can't be down on myself. So like if I have people like this around me, like, why would I be down on myself when life could be this fun? That's why I said, from where you're at it, like, it's, you gotta be too serious about everything. Things happen for a reason. There's always
What
a
a
reason.
oh, go ahead.
You're good. That was it. Done.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what a testament to your character that you were still continuing to show up for your team. And even though that was a very difficult time for you, I mean, coming over here and basketball was your life, and that's why you came over to Seattle, and to have to endure that and not have your family around, that would be so challenging. But to hear that you were able to make the best out of that, have a positive outlook is so inspiring. And I'm sure many athletes can relate to that with having sometimes a career-ending injury or an injury that can take you out for seasons at one of the most, pivotal times in your athletic life for many people. Sometimes the collegiate athletics is maybe the last time they'll be able to play their sport that they've been working their whole life for. So that's just amazing. And also to meet Venus Williams, you said, that is so memorable. Wow. I mean, that's pretty cool that you're able to do that. And also to appreciate those little things in your life. And just moving forward, I'm sure this kind of arose out of that difficult time for you when you had the injury, but could you share how you practice mindfulness now or even during that time? Was there anything that helped you kind of get through that?
Yeah. There are a few things, but if you talk about like a few funny things, I did watching anime, just basically watching anime during the entire time. I started watching series of animes, but yeah, the one thing I did was basically, that was when I started thinking to myself, okay, if I can do sport now, what can I do? Then I started focusing more on my academic sports, started getting good grades in my academic sport. Like, one thing about being an athlete and being a full athlete and practicing and going to class is like, you tend to take one Like I'm gonna just do my classes and try to pass. But when I got hurt and I started listening to my class and I started trying to get like actually good grades in my class, and when I came back to practicing, then I realized how easy it could be to put both on the pedestal together. But during my injury, I focused on that, and like I said, I was talking to my parents like on the phone, like constantly every single time, because my mom was so worried, sick about me. And but since I couldn't see her, I was just always like, talking to her on the phone, spending more time talking to her. I was basically my my therapy then was basically just being around people. That was how I was able to get past because then I don't have to worry about my own condition, my own situation. Because I won't lie to you, I've been to sit around and talk to somebody therapist 101, and I found that so depressing because I just felt like I'm just talking to them like, oh, I can't do this. I need something to get my mind off it. I started calling my friends, started talking to them. Like, when you call your friends and it's so funny. It's like you call your friends and just start insulting you and your injuries. You're like, why just start saying because I know why they're trying to do that to get my mind off it. They're trying to do it to like make you, and you like, and I'll be like, even though I said, even though I got one leg, but I'm still gonna beat you 1-on-1. They're like, well, you can't do nothing. Blah, 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 like, all that kind of stuff. And it was kind of funny and just like talking to them and everything. Like I said, I was saying this in my language with them. And it was going back and forth. We was talking, but also at the end of the day, they always be like, hey, hope you're good, bro. Like, just so you know, we got you. Like, we always here for you. You can talk to us. Like, we know what you're going through isn't easy. And, also seeing people like, I was a class I had in the Ariyibi Academy, making names in the games right now and getting drafted, about to get drafted now and making it to the Final Four and making it to the NCAA tournament, and I can't make it to camp. And I'm not even playing to be. And they're like I'm just talking to a friend of mine. He was like, bro, what's up? Bro, what's good with you? I haven't seen you play yet. I haven't seen you play yet. I was like, so there's nothing I can tell you, my boy. He said, why you still there, bro? Like, why you still there? Like, this is guys that, like, I'm two classes ahead of, like, at the NBA Academy, and they're, like, in the school and I'm playing everything. Like, these are guys that, like, know, and it's like, I didn't know how much of an impact that in them, and so I left this, and they're like, damn, bro, we miss you, bro. Like, you have no idea how much we miss you in this place. I'm like, was that much of an impact to have in the academy? Like, up to this day, like, even when I went there to see some of the guys, when the new guys I saw there, I created a bond with them. They're like, oh, bro, like, how did you do it? Like, you want to go to school? I know you're hurt right now. You can't play, but, and there's one thing our coach used to say. He said, every more path is different in life. Like, in basketball, there's something we call, like, the point guard route, the big man route, the shooting guard route. Like, everyone's route is different. Everyone's going to get there by the different time. So I guess my own time is different. I'm not going to get there yet. But it's just, every single day I just talk to them and you see that, like, I'm happy for them. Like, I'm happy for my friends, my teammates, seeing them do that thing. I am sad. I'm not mad at them just success, but I'm mad that, damn, I'm hurt. Like, I could be there right now and be with these guys and be like, hey, you about to come to the league? You about to come, like, let's play together. Like, you got to, like, but it's like, I'm happy because I know they're out there to pave the way for me then, because I had to pave the way for them back then. So you're about to just say in return, you're about to pave the way for me. So when I'm coming, everything's easy for me, so I ain't got to worry about nothing too much. So, well, yeah, it was mostly just talking to people, to be honest. Like, for me, people are like different ways of, like, people like, oh, I was doing therapy, I had to be among people. Like, that's the only way I could get, because I know if I come back home, I'm alone. And like I said, time difference, I can't talk to my family at like 7 because it's like they're sleeping. So it's like, so I have to really stay up. People like, why are you still at the gym? Like, literally, like, you can ask my teammate, they're like, why are you still at the gym? It's 8, go home. Because I know when I go home, I'm going to be lonely at home. So just let me be here. So by the time when I get home, I sleep when I get home. And I wake up next morning, come back to the gym. I go to class, I go to somewhere. Like, that's been me, or I play the game on the weekends. So it's always been like that. And yeah, I was basically talking to people and just being around friends, hanging out, and just, just trying to have fun in the moments and just trying to think about. I mean, there were some days, it would hit you. Well, my friends would came out for me, especially I'll take like a friend of mine who's really close to me, Timothy, and obviously Shalom, Brad, Praises. they were all there for me, and they were like really like, you know, they were really like a versus. They were like family to me. They were like family to me because it was one thing to the next. I'm like, there's never ending stories. There's always something to talk about. I'm like, bro, like this is good for me. But yeah, it was just then like it was just being able to like focus on my academics, get my academics up, and able to talk to people and just like I said, find other ways to be productive, find other ways to be impactful than just being just basketball. And that's what I literally just find my way. Like I could impact people without actually being a basketball player. I could be useful without actually being a coach or doing something. So yeah, like I said, now realizing like my school and this thing right now is right here. Like I'm like I could do both at the same level. Like I don't have to treat one harder than the other one. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you so much. I think you bring up really good points about practicing mindfulness. How, you had healthy coping mechanisms with that being the gym, practicing, just working out and, finding community, finding friends that you can confide in, that you could share, hey, I'm not having a good time right now. And, even if it's not the best of the moment, then trying to brighten up your mood and brighten up your day, it seems like you really, stuck to what kept you happy and stuck to those outlets. So that's amazing. And as you absorb this moment in your journey, what are some words of encouragement or wisdom that you could share or would share with your younger self if he was looking at, where you're at now and just reflecting back on where you are? What would you share with your younger self?
I would share a quote from an anime that I watched. Like I know it sounds corny, but it says the quote goes about it goes like this. It said enjoy the side trips a lot. The thing the thing you're looking for at the end of your goal might be by the roadside. So that you can interpret that whichever way you want. Like and doing this like it's a big way to interpret it. But enjoy the side trips a lot because I felt like growing up, like I said, I had to grow up at an early age because of when that situation. I had to grow up with my family, and there were some things I'm like, damn, I wish. It's like I didn't enjoy most of these side trips a lot because I was ending towards getting these goals and that goal, and I was like, because most of those side trips ended up building up what you want to do at the end. But which I started doing when I got to college. So, and it's been building up what I was like, what I would have gotten like by the time I'm done with college. I'm like, damn, I'm getting it right now. I'm getting the ideas right now. I'm getting the opportunities right now. Because this could only pop out like if you're done with college, but because I'm enjoying the moment right now. Like enjoy the side trips a lot and tell myself things happen for a reason. Don't take life too serious, but also take life serious. And so yeah, I just advise myself just enjoy the side trip a lot. Things you're on for are on the other side of the road, but just be by the roadside waiting for you. And you have no you just pass it by. Because you're trying to get to a destination, you have no idea. It was just by the roadside where you live. So I'm gonna tell myself, enjoy the side trips a lot.
That is so relevant, I think, particularly for people in our community when you're trying to better your life for your family and yourself. And you can have that tunnel vision towards your goals, and it is hard to sit and be present and really enjoy the people around you and those opportunities and experiences and connections you can make. And I think, Sam, that you've shared some really wise words. So I think that's great for our listeners to hear. And just transitioning to our last question, we are first off so grateful that you've shared so much time with us and your experience. This has been absolutely amazing. And you have described a bit about your identity, your Blackness, your immigrant experience. And we ask this to all of our guests because there are so many different definitions of Blackness and the significance that it means to all of us based on our lived experiences. So our last question is, what does Blackness mean to you?
Blackness is Sam Ariyibi told me. That's what blackness means to me. It's just being the name I was given, being the place I'm from, representing where I'm from, and being able to bring my culture out into the world and let the world know, like, my place is a beautiful place, you know, It was being created by a lot of whitey, and if you come in there, it's a piece of like you're gonna have fun. People know Nigeria, like even Venice really said it herself. She said, when I was in Nigeria, I was having fun. She said that. She said I was having fun when I was in Nigeria. I don't know. My friends kept going out, and I was like, again? I was like, yeah, blackness to me means me being me and shook into the world. Like, you know, I'm from a place where anyone and everyone is welcome. And regardless of where you from and everything, you are welcome. And I would try my best and do everything I can to always make sure you feel comfortable. So for me, blackness means Samuel Ariyibi what told me from Lagos, Nigeria, West Africa.
That is so powerful. Thank you so much. And it's just, yeah, so great to hear the joy that you exude, the journey that you've been on, and just excited to see where you go. It's just been so great. And we know your story is going to resonate with so many.
Yeah.
And oh, go ahead.
No, I'm just glad I was able to like share this story with people out there. And I never used to that I could, you know, help out people and people watching and be able to see like, you know, a life of an immigrant isn't really an easy one, but regardless of all we still try to make the best out of it and make the best, you know. Some of the things going on right now that we can't really partake in NIL stuff and everything. And then immigrant, we can't really get, you know, the NIL deal and everything while we're in US soil, but we're able to like, you know, still, you know, move past that and still be able to play the sport we love without actually having to look at the monetary aspect of like, okay, well, we could be benefiting from us just playing basketball for the school or doing something for the school. So, I mean, but being able to play on the scholarship is somewhere we are grateful for. So we show gratitude to that for like being able to play at the school and be able to represent and go to school for free without having to pay anything. So yeah, so like I said, I'm just happy I was able to share this and like you guys took me back, you know, or back in the time like where I was going through this, but it's not. I don't feel ashamed talking about it anymore like I used to before talking about it. But now I just feel like, you know, like my story could help somebody else go through what they're going through. I'm glad.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us and for being so vulnerable and open about your experience. I feel like this is perfect. You know, and a lot of people need to hear this, your experience, so that they understand what it's like to, you know, come to an American university from out of the country, playing sports, grinding, trying to make your dreams come true, going through the adversity, picking yourself up, finding community. I just really think you encompassed all that so well. And so thank you for sharing your time with us.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, of course. And lastly, I just wanted to say your story is so valuable. I echo everything Brad said. Good luck to you on the rest of your season. We'll definitely be at some games here in the future. I've already seen a few, so looking forward to continuing watching you play. And for all of our listeners to hear this, so thank you again, Sam.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one.
You too. Bye.
Okay, bye.
We are so grateful for your support, and thank you for listening to Identity Unboxed.
Authenticity is your guide to cast an impact on the world that you will be proud of. Signing off with pride, Tiana
and Brad.
Thank you so much.